All right, folks, we are back where it all started for a Q&A. You guys sent in a lot of questions, so I'm really excited to get through them, see what you want to know about me. Let's get a little deep. It's me and you today. So let's get started. That took a lot out of me, by the way. I'm trying not to breathe hard. All right, let's go. Let us see. What will the first question be? Sorry, I can't wink. First question is from you, but it's Y-U-O. I like the creativity. How was my teenage years? Was there any unforgettable experience I had? And do I have any advice for teenagers? My teenage years were okay. I moved around a lot, so I didn't really have time to create a lot of long-term friends. I do still have some friends from high school and stuff, so that's nice. Any unforgettable experience? Not that I can think of off the top of my head, but I do have advice. I would say it doesn't matter what other people think of you, and I know that's so hard because in high school all you care about is what other people think about you. The further away you are from high school, the more you realize that people's opinions do not matter. Numero dos. Britt the Beat asked, how do you manage your time and stay motivated? Well, trick question, because I don't. I am still working on time management. It is very difficult for me. I don't know what it is, but I always think I have way more time than I actually do. Like if I'm trying to edit a video, I'm like, don't worry, I'll be done with this in an hour. And it ends up taking me like 5 hours, and I don't even realize. Like, I am not the best one to ask about time management, but it is something that I am working on. And I know what helps me is just having a planner, writing down your goals for the day, making sure you know exactly what is your non-negotiable. So that means you have 3 top things that no matter what happens throughout the day, those 3 things need to be completed. Doing that has helped me a lot with time management, so hopefully it'll help you. This question is also from you. How is my sleep schedule now? Because I made a video about my sleep schedule before. I can link it up here. It's about how to become a morning person, and those tips have really helped me become a morning person, so I think they'd help you if that's something that you're also working on. And do I have any study tips? Yes, I am actually going to be making a study tip video pretty soon because I know a lot of people are going back to school. My main tips are making a goal and a list for every day, staying consistent, and making sure you have a really good way to review your notes, not just passively, but actively reviewing so that you remember them better. Stan Wendy asked, what is the weirdest thing someone has commented on one of my YouTube videos or posts? Honestly, I get a lot of weird comments. It doesn't really bother me because I'm very quick with the block button. If it's negative or if it's weird, it doesn't bother me because I will never fight with someone on the internet, but I don't want it on my page, so I just block them and keep going. So I don't really focus on them, and honestly, I don't really remember them. I just know that I've had some like weird or off-putting comments, but there's none that like stand out to me. So I'm sorry if it's not as juicy as you wanted it to be. Yeet. That's a funny name. Yeet asked, have you been to Japan? No, I have never been to Japan. I've only been to Cuba, the Dominican Republic, and Mexico as of today. But I plan on traveling the world. We're gonna see this video again 3 years from now, and I'm gonna be a passport cutie with a ton of stamps, and I cannot wait for it. But Japan is number 1 on my list. Saven asked, what languages are you studying and what country do you want to visit first? So I am learning Japanese, so of course I want to visit Japan first. It's always been one of my dreams because I love their fashion. I love my idea of what the city is. I'm sure it's obviously a lot different because I've never been, but just from what I've seen on TV and like what I know about the country, I'm really curious about it, and the food is amazing. I've always loved their culture, I've always loved their fashion, so I'm so excited to be able to have that opportunity to actually freaking go, because I'm gonna learn this gosh darn language and I'm gonna go to gosh darn Japan. Not that you thought I wasn't, I just in case you were questioning, had to let you know. Just Saying asked, can I sing? No. Do I have a bucket list? Yes. When's the last time you did something for the first time? I would say like 2 weeks ago, I went to see the Statue of Liberty. That was when I did something for the first time. I can link that video here. It was incredible. She was gorgeous. Other parts I didn't like too much, but actually seeing the Statue of Liberty in person was amazing. In a roundabout way, RK asked, how do you continue to put in effort and have faith when you don't really see the results that you want? That is tough. That is tough. But for me personally, currently my biggest goal right now is learning Japanese and getting this YouTube channel off the ground. So if you'd like to help me, I'm gonna have a little plug here. Please like and subscribe, it helps so much. But those are my 2 current goals now. So when they're not going as well as I'd hope, my mentality is I'm clocking in and I'm clocking out. If you have a routine or a schedule every day, it makes it a little bit easier. But every day I know that I have to film a video, I know I have to study, and I know that I'm gonna continue to put myself out there to hopefully grow my channel. No matter what the numbers say, no matter if I'm having a good day or a bad day, I just know that those are the things I need to do to continue moving forward with my dreams. So I don't know if that helps at all, but for me personally, that's what I do. And honestly, just being consistent, ruthlessly consistent, has always led to the results that I wanted. Maybe not in my time frame, maybe not when I wanted to, but it's always a lot better than just giving up. So hopefully that helps. Martina asked, how do I stay motivated to go to the gym and create content? How do I stay organized? And if I burn out, how do I get back on track? So I like going to the gym because it's my form of stress relief. So it doesn't actually feel like a chore. If you look at it that way, I think that it helps you change your ideology to working out and stuff that you don't necessarily want to do. Or I have to finish this assignment to, I get to finish this assignment so I can go do what I really want to do. I think having a positive mindset at all times really helps make life's mundane assignments a little less terrible. It doesn't always work all the time because, you know, we are human. Sometimes we do falter or fall short. And when that happens, I just reset. I give myself a weekend to do absolutely nothing, do what my heart desires, which is usually sleep and eat. And then after that, I tell myself, okay, we have to get back on track. I remake a new schedule. I make a meal plan. Like, I do all these things in advance so that when I do try to get back on track the next week, it's a lot easier of a transition than if I just say, all right, I'm gonna get back on track and have no game plan. So hopefully that helps. Stacy Grace asked, where do I see myself in 10 years? First of all, that's a really cool name. I like that. Secondly, in 10 years, I see myself becoming the polyglot that I've always dreamt of being. I want to travel the world, know all these languages, and hopefully be doing YouTube full time. Throwing paint at the wall. Nice. Asked, do I ever think about creating a Discord? Yes, actually, I've created one. I'm not necessarily done with all the kinks and stuff with it because I've never used Discord actually. Fun fact, I'm actually terrible with technology. I am so bad at it. I don't know why. All I can really do is email and very simple edits. I'm still learning now. I think it's all really great if you know how to use it, but I've always been the person to write something down physically or read a tangible book and stuff like that. Like, I've never been really good with technology, and all the apps that come out are really hard to keep up with. So I've just used like the same 3 apps and never really branch out. But because I'm trying to be more social and like have more of a presence online, I have to learn these new apps and stuff like that. So I am trying to figure it out. Once I have it up, you guys will be the first to know. And hopefully we can exchange study tips and just check in on each other and just keep each other accountable if there's something you're working on. Arnold from Space asked, what are some things that I do that make me proud of myself? For me personally, when I learn a new word or when I remember a word from the last study session, I feel really good about myself. But mostly when I most feel like that girl is when I do what I say I'm gonna do. When I follow my schedule to the T, I don't waste any time, I don't make any excuses. That's when I feel great. I'm like, yes, I'm so proud of myself. I did everything I said I'm gonna do. I can keep myself accountable. I can be the woman that I think I am. And it's just a good feeling when you have accountability and you just take life by the horns and just go after your dreams. I know it doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, I am always super happy and super grateful that I decided to put my own dreams first. Uno asked, what do I look for in a future spouse? Interessante. I don't ever see myself getting married really, but if I did, I feel like a spouse is something that is obviously very long term. It's for the long haul, so it has to be a little bit more serious than maybe like dating requirements. So for me, I think you'd have to be loyal, funny, willing to grow with me, very honest, and trustworthy. I think those are the main pinnacles of a really good spouse. Everything else you can work with, you can grow, because no one's going to be perfect and you can adjust to their flaws, but those are like my non-negotiables when it comes to a real serious relationship. Adam asked a question I already answered, which is like, how do you motivate yourself to get out of bed, basically. And so I'm not going to restate that, but I just wanted to shout out Adam Linscap. He is the GOAT. He always responds to all of my videos. He's always so supportive, and supporters and subscribers like that really just make my heart warm. So shout out to you, Adam. You're awesome. I Am a Turtle 65 asked a ton of deep questions, so we'll just go one by one through them. Number 1, what are some of my biggest YouTube inspirations? I love Doobie Doobap. She's one of my favorites. She's so funny. She's a cook and a content creator on TikTok as well, and she's just phenomenal. Like, I think I would love to be her friend in real life. I love Corey Kinchin. He's really, really funny. My niece watches him all day. I didn't like him at first, but when I gave him a shot, he's actually hilarious. I don't even play video games, and I just think he's so funny. Number 2, what inspires me to stay motivated and spread kindness? I think I've always just been that kind of person. I think the world is dark and scary enough to where there's no need to add on to it, you know what I mean? And there's just this warm feeling you get when you make someone's day, like when you say something positive about them or give them a compliment, you can like see them light up. And if you have that power, why not use it? You know what I mean? So I love being nice to others because I know how it feels for me, and you never know what someone needs to hear. So I think that's why it's really important for me to just always stay positive and spread the love. And number 3, what am I comfortable with sharing online and what do I want to keep private? My family is very important to me. I'm very close to my family. That is my top priority. And something that's sacred and that important to you, you have to keep safe. So that's why it took me so long to show my niece online, and that's why I won't ever show like a relationship online. I do try to share as much as I possibly can with you guys, like all the positives and stuff. But yes, those are the things that I'm not comfortable with sharing online, and I hope you guys understand. Because if not, so I thought. Perfect. Bosco asked a ton of questions. We're gonna go one by one again. What inspired me to do YouTube? I've always wanted to do YouTube since I was a kid, and even before YouTube, I just wanted to be out in the public eye. Fun fact, I tried out for That's So Raven when I was a kid. Obviously didn't get it, but I always wanted to pursue acting or modeling. And then when I didn't do that and really focused more on my education, I still had that yearning to spread my creativity or to be myself somewhere in a social platform. So I've always wanted to do something like YouTube. But I think really what really got to me was iCarly. I loved that show when I was a kid, and just seeing her and her friends like filming in her room and just that cool connection they had with people out on the internet, I just thought was awesome. So it's always been something I wanted to do. I just finally had the guts to do it not that long ago, so I'm really happy that I did. Will I still be using YouTube when there are other opportunities in the future? I think because I've always had a love for YouTube, I will probably always come back to it. I'm open to other things, but I think I'll always come back to YouTube. This one I really like. What do you hope people watching will get out of your videos? For me personally, I really want to give representation for Black men and women who feel like all they can do is like be a basketball player or be a model or a rapper or something. I feel like we get portrayed like that in the media a lot, and it rubs me the wrong way because we're so much more than that. We are scientists, we are doctors, we are artists and creatives, and I just want to be another person showing that representation. But besides that, I also want to inspire people to learn more about the world, not be so closed-minded. If you want to learn a language, learn that language. Travel the world, find happiness within yourself, be positive, work hard. Those are the things that really, really mean the most to me, and I hope that I display that well, all while being a little funny here and there. So that's my main goal. What other interests do you hope to pursue in the future? So whenever I make a goal, I have tunnel vision. So that's the only thing I can focus on. So right now it truly is just learning this gosh darn motherfucking language that is kicking my butt, and also traveling the world. But ask me in 5 years. Are you happy? How is your well-being? Well, Dr. Bosco, I'm doing good. I think I'm happy. I'm just at a stage in my life where I'm just trying to work hard for my goals. I know what it takes, and I'm willing to put in the work. So that's all I'm focused on right now, is just really putting in the work and making my dreams a reality. Asim asked, what is the most memorable meal you've had in your life? Memorable meal. I'm a foodie, so it's very hard for me to just decide one. But right now, Italy is kind of at the top. Okay, that margarita pizza just hits different. I've had some really amazing tacos in Cuba that I thought were life-changing. And what is the most memorable meal I've made? I think for me, I used to make lasagna with my family all the time, and it just warms my heart. So I remember that all the time. I know it's super simple. It's not like a Michelin star restaurant level dish, but it means a lot to me. Max asked, have you tried mindful meditation? What do you do? Well, Max, you obviously have not watched my morning routine video. I think that's the video it is. But yes, bottom line is yes, I meditate every day. I think it's wonderful to just take a second, regroup, and get ready for the day. Set your intentions, do your daily affirmations, stuff like that. I'm a firm believer in those things. I think that it's helped me a lot, and I think that they can help you a lot. So if you want to learn more about them, watch my video. Xavier asked, what's your favorite TV show and movie? This question, I was ready for this question. I was waiting for this question. You know why? Because my favorite show, hands down, over any other show in the world, is The Office. I can quote any quote from any episode out of all the seasons. If you ever need a trivia buddy for The Office, I'm your girl. I'm your girl. There's no one better than me. I love that show so much. And it's funny because my brother was trying to show me this show years ago, and I thought it was so dumb. I would watch snippets of it here and there, or catch snippets of it, and I thought it was just so terrible. And now it's my favorite show of all time. It will always be my favorite show. And what is my favorite movie? So adult Kalila would say Interstellar, because it's such a good movie. I can watch it 1,000 times. It gets me every time. I think it's incredible. But young Kalila, like middle school Kalila, would say The Polar Express. I loved that movie. It was so good to me. And another fun fact, I wrote my college entrance exam to Penn State using the Polar Express as an analogy. So that's how much I loved it. Even in high school, I was like, the little boy believed, blah, blah, blah. Like, I was a full-on believer. I love that movie. Because also, Christmas is my favorite holiday. So it was really a 2-for-1 for me. Because the storyline was amazing, and it was set in Christmas time. It was just perfect. Henry asked, what type of guys are you physically attracted to? Well, I'm a tall woman, so I'm 5'8". So for me, one of my non-negotiables physically is height. You have to be tall. So you have to at least be 6 feet tall for me. I like someone who is fit, who takes care of their body, cares about their health, if they have nice hair, and if they have a deep voice. That's like... Raekwon asks, what is your why? What gets you up in the morning when you don't feel like getting up? Okay, so first of all, Raekwon is one of my close friends, so shout out to you. Thank you for always watching. You're the best. I hope you're doing well in California. Good luck with this season. What is my why? So my why is I just want to take care of my family. I want to be financially free, and I just want to be the best version of myself. I want to prove to myself that I am the woman that I say I am, and just live life to the fullest. We only truly get one shot at this that we know of, and I don't want to waste it. I want to do everything I possibly can. I want to know that when I die, I used every single gift that God has given me. Do you like reading, and what is your favorite book? And any book recommendations? I love reading. Some of my favorite books is Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. incredible book. I've read it at least 3 times. Atomic Habits, I love that book. I read it often, over and over. The Bluest Eye was one of my favorite books for a while. It's just very dark and there's a lot of triggers, but I just felt like it was so well written, and I love Maya Angelou. The Song of Solomon is very good too if you like her. And from like a kid, I have a lot of nostalgia. So in my movies and in my books and stuff like that, there are a lot of like adolescent stuff, but one of my favorite books from my childhood was the original Velveteen Rabbit. That book was just so cute, and I got like an original copy for Christmas one year, and I was like in high school and I was still so happy. Also, since we're talking about favorite books from high school, the Twilight series had me in a chokehold. I read them all, and you know how big those books are. I read them all twice, and I may or may not have reread them again recently. No regrets here, baby. No regrets. Cursed image from Google. Nice. Who's your celebrity crush? Well, Michael B. Jordan will always be up there. 90s Denzel Washington. It was Robert Pattinson for a while. You guys know my Twilight thing. Any Hemsworth brother. Drake. Oh my god, how did I forget that? I'm like the biggest Drake fan. You know what my new one is that I have no idea how it came up on my feed? Let me tell you guys. I was scrolling through Instagram one day, and one day I saw this really cute guy, like the picture. And then Instagram and my FBI agent, I guess they talked, and like they started sending me a lot more pictures of him on Instagram. And so I started liking more because he was so cute. And I realized who it was. It is Jimin from BTS. I don't even listen to BTS, but all of a sudden I want to learn Korean. Like, he is so attractive. It is crazy. It's like his hair, he has like this cool, like, you know, like mysterious hair, and then he has like these really nice earrings, and I'm just like, favorite songs. Look What You've Done by Drake is one of my favorite songs. Has always been one of my favorite songs since it came out like 8 years ago, 9 years ago. Where are you from? New Jersey. New Jersey. Sorry for that. I think I'm like getting hungry drunk. Like, I'm so hungry right now that I'm just all over the place. Antique Allman asks, favorite thing about New York City? The food. Why did you start YouTube? Because I've always wanted to be social. Any siblings? Yes, I have 6 siblings. Dream place to live? Spain, actually. Dream car? I'm not really a car person, but I would say an Audi. Sheenya asks, sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I discovered you through other YouTubers' comments. Welcome. I want to start my own channel and want to know what editing software and camera you use. So for my shorts, I use Filmora, and for my long form videos, I use Premiere Pro. And my camera for my shorts is my phone, my iPhone 12, and for my long form videos, it is a Canon Mark II. James Terry asked, what's something horrible that we as humans have accepted because that's just how things are? Actually, things don't have to be that way at all. Oh, well, I'm a huge person for climate change, so I think that that is one thing we do not have to do, and yet here we are. And that really like grinds my gears, but I'm not rich enough to fix it yet. Give me some time though, folks. Stan Wendy asks, what is my puppy's name, and am I vegan, and do I play any sports? Milo. No, I'm not a vegan. I'm a pescatarian, and I do not play any sports, but I am pretty active. I work out pretty often, so I am proud of that. AKSHMS. She responds to my videos all the time, and I really appreciate you commenting, but I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm sorry. If you can tell me in the comments, if you watch this, what your name is, I would love to call you by your first name. How do I handle peer pressure? So I don't really have that now, but when I was younger, I would just think about if whoever I look up to is seeing what decision I make now, would they be proud of me? And that's how I made a lot of my decisions as a child, and that helped. How do I handle toxic people and remove them in your life? That is a good question. I've actually had to do that very recently. It was a friend I had for like 10 years, and it was very hard for me to come to the decision, but I knew it was for the best. I just stopped talking to that person. I stopped talking to her, and it's honestly the best. If you look up in any self-help book, which I did, it's best to just cut that person off, because if you argue with them and give them an explanation, they're going to want to argue with you, and it's never going to end, and you're going to go back into the situation and realize that you're not happy. So you need a clean break. Though it was hard, it still is hard sometimes, it was the best decision for both of us. And then you want to know, what do I think the meaning of life is? God dang, girl. I'm still figuring it out. I'm in my 20s. But for right now, what I think it's most about is loving and being loved, no matter what capacity it's in, through friendship or romantic relationships, living life to the fullest, seeing the world, opening your eyes to new experiences and opportunities, and having as many amazing experiences as possible, using all of your talents and giving your all to your life and your goals. I think that's what it is. Rez Cat asks, what was my first job? My first job was mother freaking Dunkin' Donuts, and it was terrible. I have like PTSD from it because it was in a bad area. The people were so rude. I'm always trying to be nice and they were just so mean to me. I hated it. So much so that I can never go to Dunkin' Donuts. I've never gone, well, no, that's a lie. I've gone back, but not in many, many years, and I don't plan on ever going back now. Do not like Dunkin' Donuts. Will not go back. Ooh, Adam asked another question. What is the coolest thing about myself? Wow. For me, personally, like if I have to toot my own horn, I would say sometimes I can be funny. I like that. I like humor. I like finding humor in certain things. I like that I'm loyal, and I like that I try my best. And when I do try, or when I do have a goal, I do go all in, and I take the people I love with me. So those are the things I like about myself. But there are plenty of things I still need to work on. I'm guessing this is Baby Girl Part 2. What type of job do you have? I am an office worker right now. It's not what I want to do long term, but it is not going to be long term. I am speaking it into existence. Clap it up for the last question. And it is brought to you by Darius. He asked, if you could live anywhere in the world for 1 year, where would it be and at what age would you do it? I would want to live in Spain because that's ultimately where I want to live permanently. I think it would be such a wonderful place to make a home. So it would be Spain, and I would freaking go right now. If I could, I would go right now. I would be 25 years old and go live in Spain. So guys, let's be dramatic. We finished all the questions. Thank you so much for taking the time to write them out. I loved doing this. This was so fun. I hope this has helped you get to know me a little bit more. And I can't wait to see you in the next video. Better like and subscribe. Okay, bye.